We've probably told you a million times that crossovers are replacing cars and sedans these days, but you know what? The car isn't completely dead yet.
No, the unsung hero is the hatchback, and we've gathered two of the arguably finest examples. We have
The Honda Civic
and the new for 2019 Toyota Corolla hatchback.
We're just looking to find out if these can suitably replace the practicality of a crossover while being a little bit more fun and, you know what, maybe just as stylish or better.
Well, it's only one way to find out. Let's go for a drive.
All right, let's hop in the Corolla.
Because it's newer. We are in the 2019 Toyota Corolla hatchback. It's brand new for 2019. It gets a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine.
Yeah, once you wind it up, it likes to go, and it's a bit fun. It's a bit of an old school kind of engine that you need to rev up to get the most out of.
But at the end of the day, these are hatchbacks, and what matters in a hatchback is practicality. And that's kind of where the Corolla falls a little short compared to the Civic. The cargo...
It literally falls short.
Yes.
Because it's about 15 centimeters shorter in length than the Civic. But the front seat is great. There's plenty of space. And for drivers, it's great because the infotainment system, you barely even have to think about using it.
It blows the Civic out of the water. Works out to about just under $28,000 as tested, and that's pretty good value.
That is good value.
Yeah.
It's a practical, fun, small car, and it's giving you a lot of things for a price that's still lower than what most compact crossovers even start at.
That's true. Well, I think it's time to hop into the Civic and see what.
Let's check it out.
That bad boy's made of.
All right, here we are in the Civic now. When you get it in, turn it on, you've got 180 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque on tap.
Yes.
And it's all available down low. It's turbocharged, so pretty much as soon as you get on the throttle, once the wheels are hooked up, then you're starting to really get going. And you don't even need much throttle. It's a practical car, and the Civic hatchback really lives up to that practicality. It's got a lot of trunk space. It's got over 700 liters, even with the rear seats up, and you fold the rear seats down, it's got 1,300 liters, I think.
I mean, it makes sense because the Civic is physically the bigger car. It is longer than the Corolla, and in the wheelbase, if I'm not mistaken, is a touch longer than the Corollas.
Yep.
And that really translates to a lot more cabin space. The rear seat space in here is a lot more comfortable than the Corolla.
The Civic, it drives a bit like a luxury car with that torque, and it's also got the features to back it up. There's leather seats in here, and it's nice perforated leather.
Full leather, unlike the cloth and leather mixture in the Corolla.
Yep, and it's heated seats front and back. We got the full infotainment system. The stereo's pretty good, and it's even got a sunroof,
which is missing from the Corolla.
The kicker is, though, that this sport touring trim runs up to over $31,000.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Well, I think they're both great options. They really have a lot to offer. I think the Civic is really interesting because it's almost like a mini luxury car, and it's got some great power, especially low-end torque, so it makes driving very easy.
Yes. Well, the Civic's great, but I do think the Corolla takes it in this comparable at least. It might be a bit down on power compared to the Civic, but it is a bit more fun. It's more willing to be ringed out. And let's not forget the infotainment system. The Corolla's is far and away better compared to the Civic.
Ultimately, for me too, that's what it comes down to. Even though the Civic is a bit more practical, the infotainment system and the comfort of the Corolla means I'd be willing to give up some of that practicality. I think we have the winner.
There we go.
Corolla hatchback taking the Civic down.
For Driving.ca, I'm Nick Trejanis.
And I'm Jonathan Yarconi.
And before you go, a couple things. Number one, subscribe. The button is over Jonathan's face. And number two, tell us what we should compare next.